and then I think Everton plays, I think it's on TV, Everton Arsenal today, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Got to double check that, but I believe so. But guys, if you're new, my name is Akil Stokes. I'm a professional Forex trader. I'm also a trading coach over at tradingpower.com, and this is a live blog post that I like to do time to time on Periscope. And what I do is I do it here on Periscope. I then upload it to YouTube so you can watch it on the interwebs whenever you like. In today's video, I'm actually going to add some bonus material from my live trading room to the YouTube version as well. So make sure you get over there and watch it. Question for you guys. Have you ever heard of the term, and a darn good one too, thank you. Have you guys ever heard of the term paralysis or paralysis by overanalysis? Does that sound familiar? Paralysis analysis, analysis paralysis, however you want to put it. Nope. Heck no. Well, let me explain it to you. Imagine yourself going into a fine restaurant, right? You had a good day in the markets. It's date night. You're taking the wife or the husband or the friend out, whoever you want. You're going to a fine restaurant. You look at the menu. You're not sure what you want, right? You're not sure if you want chicken. You're not sure if you want beef, seafood, pasta, and everything. You're so hungry. Everything on that restaurant menu looks amazing, right? Guy, you've been there before. And you go through it and you're like, ooh, I want this. Oh, but no, I want that. Ooh, I want this. And the waiter comes up. Ready to order, sir? No, not yet. Give me a couple more minutes. And you're going through it. Okay. Everything looks so good. Waiter comes back. Sir, are you ready? No. I just don't know. And before you realize it, you've wasted a lot of time. Well, analysis paralysis is the same thing, but in the Forex market. It's when you look at a trading chart and you see so much on there. You see a trend continuation opportunity and a trend following opportunity and a counter trend trading opportunity and an advanced pattern opportunity and a double bottom opportunity and a CTS opportunity and a moving average opportunity. You see so many opportunities on the chart that you kind of just get frozen. You're like, right? Mannequin challenge. You get frozen and you're not really sure what to do. Has that ever happened to any of you guys? Right? You see so much of the chart, you just scratch your head like, I could do this. Oh, but it might do that. Oh, but then we'll do this. But it could do that. And before you know it, the market has moved. You're like, oh, man. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Right? That is called paralysis by overanalysis or analysis paralysis, however you want to term it. And we had a very good discussion about that in our live trading room today. And I'm going to show you some footage of that later once I upload this to YouTube for you guys that are watching live. But the key solution is you need to focus on your focus. And this is something that we work with our clients, right? We tell them focus on one thing, right? Throughout the course or throughout your learning experience, you're going to learn a lot. There are endless ways that you can trade the market, right? Is that understood? There are endless ways you can trade the market. There's no one right way. There's no one wrong way, right? There are this way, that way, this way, that way you can trade the market. However, if you try to do all of it at once, right? You're going to end up nowhere. And the best course of action is to focus on a single strategy, focus on a single technique, focus on a single way of breaking down a price chart and ignore everything else. Ignore everything else. Right? That way, when that opportunity comes, the only thing that you're focused on is your specific technique, your specific strategy, what you're supposed to be looking at. So if you're a trend continuation trader and you're worried about a double top, guess what? That double top doesn't matter because you're only a trend continuation trader. If you're a double top trader and you're worried about an extension, it could be a trend following opportunity, guess what? You're only a double top trader. Focus on your focus and stick to that. And that's going to be the best way to get started in trading, sticking to that single technique. We always tell new traders, right? One strategy, one time frame, one price chart. That's the simplest way you can start. And then what happens as you evolve as a trader, you learn to add filters and you learn to add different techniques and different strategies that can supplement your main strategy. So you may be a trend continuation trader, but you can also take counter trend trading opportunities as long as price action doesn't retrace to the 382, right? Or you may be a trend continuation trader, but you can take advanced pattern formations as long as it's in line with the underlying trend. right? And you can start adding those filters and really the specifics of how you want to trade other things in relation to your main system. So for you guys that are new, that's my goal, or that's my that should be a goal of yours, to focus on a single way of trading, simplify things, focus on one way of trading, master that one way of trading, and then as you evolve as a trader over the months and the years in the market, you'll naturally find ways to supplement what you're doing. You'll naturally find ways to add filters to what you're doing and really add different strategies and techniques to your trading style. So that's what today's trading blog is about. Again, I'm going to show you some live room footage. We went over this on the charts in our live room this morning. I think we spent about maybe 10 to 15 minutes doing so. So it should be a pretty good, a pretty decent sized video. But thank you guys for joining me. As always, appreciate every time you guys like, share, and support. How's the drawdown going? I'm not in a drawdown. I'm doing good. I've had a pretty good, I think about 3-4 weeks ago I had a pretty rough week. I've been pretty good after that. I haven't been trading too much. Between me and you, the Syndicate drawdown. Let me see if I have my thing in front of me. Between me and you, I'm pretty much done for the year. Why is that not working? We haven't achieved new equity highs in the Syndicate, I know that, but I think we had a good week last week. I think the last 2 weeks were pretty good, but we didn't claw out of that drawdown. I don't have it in front of me. Give me a second, guys. I know we're not out of the drawdown, but we had 2 positive weeks in a row, if I remember. I didn't put in last week. We had 2 positive weeks in a row, so we're going to end fine. You guys can't see the charts in front of you. We're going to end fine. It's not going to be like last year. Last year, I think we had like a 65% return, something like that. We're probably going to be in the mid-30s this year, but that's right in line with that 2% or that 3% goal. So it stinks that we didn't do better than last year, but it really doesn't, because it's like I said, look, if you guys can make anything in the market, that's a plus. This was a difficult year, and I'll do a full wrap-up video probably this week with my Forex market preview video. But it's been a difficult year, and it's hey, we survived it, which is good. We're on the positive side. That's no money management. I actually don't think with our returns this year, I don't think money management would have made a difference. Now, I know last year money management would have took that 60% return or 65% return up to about 80s, if I remember correctly. This year, I don't think we ever would have touched that level where we would have hit a new position size. Again, I'd have to check that with the spreadsheet. But let me see. I don't think, actually, yeah, we did. Actually, we would have moved position sizes back on week 39. But then we would have went right back down in the last few weeks. So yeah, it doesn't look like it would have made any difference implementing money management this year, but just our returns just weren't that high. But again, still positive. We're about 32% right now. That's not counting last week's trading, so we'll probably bump that up a little more, a couple more percentage. If we can end 35, we can end in the 30s. I'll be quite happy with that. I'm sure Charles will as well, especially with the type of year it's been. But yeah, let me do a 2015, 2016 recap video, like show the battling equity curves, or like a combined type deal. That's a pretty good idea, actually. What the combined 2 years would have looked like. That's not a bad idea. Let me write that down. Come on. 2015, 2016. I'm holding you guys up that want to see this. For you guys watching on YouTube later, I'm holding you guys up from seeing this video. I'm sorry. But it's my blog. I can do what I want. All right, 2016, 2015. We can do the comparison between the two equity curves. And then we can do a total with and without money management. With and without money management. Everything's going to get spanked today, Tony. We've been playing horrible. Gosh, I'm not excited about seeing it. But thank you guys for joining me. You want more. You can do a 2016 review, what you learned. Yeah, that was the plan already. I was going to ask Charles and Jason Greystone to shoot some video footage for me. This is their first full year trading in the spotlight. We had a good discussion this morning as well about the difference between being a professional trader and being an educator, how it's kind of the same as money management. It's one thing to trade your own money. It's one thing to be in a drawdown. when you're an educator, if you're doing even more so than managing money, you just get mean emails and mean calls from your clients. Well, you can ignore those. When you're an educator, understand, guys, you're trading in a glass house, right? People see everything you do. I mean, that's the pros and cons. We want to be as transparent as possible here at Trade Empowered. That's kind of what we've made our name off of. So you guys see the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads of trading. But when you're in your drawdown, especially for someone new trading in the public spotlight, it can be frustrating. Not just because it's frustrating enough for you to be in a drawdown, but it's also frustrating for you to be in a drawdown and know that thousands of people are watching you, right? We have thousands of people in our syndicate all watching us when we're trading bad. And that can be tough because we want to, in a way, we want to please them, right? In a way, it's not the main goal. Obviously, the main goal is follow the plan, but deep down, we want to show good results, right? And when you're in a drawdown, that can be rough. So it's very easy to get knocked off of your trading plan. And one of the cool things that Charles has been able to do is he's been able to kind of put that aside and say, hey, I'm sticking to the plan. Now, Charles got off to a hell of a hot start. So he's... there was no, I mean, he was up here for the first couple of weeks, man, just fire. So he knew it was coming, but it's still tough. So I wanted to get their opinion on what it was like being kind of the first year in the spotlight of trading, just to show you guys that plan on going into education, or for you guys that plan on going into managing money, what you have to deal with on the psychological side. Charles is hearing this for the first time. I was going to shoot you a note a little later, Charles, but if you don't mind doing that, it'd be great. It'd be cool. So, all right, let me close this thing down, edit this, get it up on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining me. Yeah, trailing stops is fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with trailing stops, especially if you're a trend continuation, a trend following trader. What you want to do is, I don't think you should trail forever. I don't think you should say, I'm going to trail it until it comes back down. And if you do that, you're going to end up losing more money than you would have made with a fixed position. But as trailing, as far as like a trade management approach, meaning you have a target, right? And then you're just minimizing risk as price action works to that target. I think that's great. Just shoot me a message again. Well, you know what I want, Charles. You know what I want. So yeah, trailing's not bad. You got to do it the right way. Don't just trail forever. You're gonna waste more money than what you make. But trailing as a money management or a trade management technique, yeah, could be very, very good. But it also depends on the situation. So, all right, for realsies this time, we're shutting this thing down. Take care. Bull traders, again, mainly off the higher time frame analysis. You're looking for a trend continuation, right? You're at a retest structure right now. Bear traders, you're looking for a 2618 trade. Now, is anybody confused by this a little bit? Akil, you're getting two different signals. How can you have a bullish signal and a bearish signal? Does that kind of bother anyone? Anyone a little weirded out by that? Yeah, this is why, right? When we talk to we work with our course members that are learning how to trade, I always recommend doing this. I recommend starting with a single strategy, right? Make up your mind on what type of trader you want to be. Do you want to be a trend continuation trader? Do you want to be a counter trend trader? Do you want to be a 2618 trader? Do you want to be a pattern trader, right? Focus on one technique and master that technique, because the problem is if you try to do too many things at once, guess what's going to happen? I see crash, confusion. That was a perfect time for the car crash down. Let me get this in for you guys. Yeah, confusion. Also something we call paralysis by analysis. Oh, I can take 2618 here. Oh, but it's a trend continuation. But the trend continuation may get in the way of 2618, but the 2618 will get in the way of target to the trend continuation. Right? You don't know what to do. Focus on one, right? As you evolve as a trader, and evolving as a trader is a long process. I guess that's the right word. Progress is a slow process. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. But it's a slow, long process. Typically, I tell traders that after you learn how to trade, there's about a 2-year learning curve before you really kind of find yourself. And in that learning curve, if you do decide to be a trader of multiple techniques, a trader of multiple strategies, some of them that go against each other, it's very important that you add filters. So when you see situations, you can kind of have an idea of this time I do this, or this time I do that, or this time I stay out, or this time I get in, or maybe I take none of them. So just be very careful for you guys that are newer that want to do everything. You saw the 2618 video and now you want to trade 2618s, but you read about the turtle traders and you want to be a trend following trader too. Be careful. It's going to be very hard to do both because typically, right, here's a great example. If you're a trend following trader, you're probably shooting for targets somewhere up here, right? You're shooting for the continuation of the trend, right? Would you guys all agree? Trend following traders, you're shooting for the continuation of a trend. So you're shooting for a continuation higher, right? Guess what would happen on its way up here? What does price action have to do on its way to this ultimate destination? As price action comes up here, what do we now have? Come on, we just talked about it, guys. Starts with a 2, ends with an 8. Yeah. We've got a 2618. So now if you're a trend continuation trader, right, or a trend following trader, and you're also a 2618 trader, what do you do when price action gets here? What happens when price action does this, right? What do you do? What do you do? Do you sell it? Do you cancel your first trade? Let's look risk reward wise real quick. Let's say you're entering at market, your risk is down here, right? So you're setting yourself up with a really good risk reward because you're awesome like that, right? You're super awesome. You got good risk rewards, right? This is awesome. I got a 2-to-1 or whatever it is, Akil. Let's do this. Do you just sell it right here? Hey, Rodrigo. Right? Do you sell it? Do you get rid of your long position and now go short? Stop and reverse? Huh? What do you guys think? Help me out here. What do we do? Take half targets? That only gives me a risk reward like this. Was my original plan to take a less than 1-to-1 risk reward in this trade? What if I do that consistently? Am I going to get into trouble if I continue to take half targets off? Continue with my original idea, but what if my rules say I have to trade every 2618? What if my rules say I'm a 2618 trader, I need to trade every 2618 trader, I'm not following my rules? Now I'm missing a 2618 trade. What if the market comes up here and we double top? What if we double top? What if the RSI goes overbought on the double top and we get RSI divergence? Now we have a double top at structure and a 2618. Right? The market starts doing this. What do I do now? Oh, I'm missing the 2618 trade. I should exit, right? Take my profit. Cash out right here, right? Stop and reverse. Now I'm short. Oh, but no, what if this is just a complex pullback and the market continues? No, now my original idea won, but I stopped and reversed and now I'm stopped out for more of a loss than what I gained with the profit. That may seem a little extreme, guys, but I'm telling you that is 100% how it goes. Do you know how I know that? Because I used to do it, like most of my stories. Rarely do I teach anything. Rarely do I teach anything that I haven't actually done myself. That's how it goes. This is the battle that will go on in your head. And you can say it won't. You can say it won't, but when the market starts doing this funny stuff and when it looks like you're missing a move, you're going to flip out. This is why it's tough. So the point of the story is, guys, when you're a newer trader, focus on one thing. Have one strategy. Say, Akil, right now I'm going to focus on 2618s and only trade 2618s. Or Akil, I'm going to focus on trend following trades and only take trend following trades. Maybe in the future I'll add this to my arsenal, right? I'll put in some filters where I can trade both, but right now I'm going to focus on my focus and I'm going to master this one strategy. And as I get better as a trader, then I'll go on to add other ones that complement it. Sounds like a plan, guys? That's how you kick off a Tuesday. I always get an email or something each and every week after the Forex market preview videos, and it's people like, Akil, I feel like what you said in your video really hit home. It's like you're inside of my mind. It's like you actually know what I'm going through at this very moment. And I'm telling you guys, I was bad for so long. The only reason I became popular on the internet, this is before teaching, right? The only reason I became popular on the internet because people were able to relate to to how bad I was as a trader. I literally used to start blog posts. Hey guys, today stunk. Let me tell you why. And everyone's like, yeah, stunk for me too. Woo. And at the longest time, I used to get upset over that stuff. And then I embraced it. I said, you know what? Each of these setbacks is just a learning experience. And it's not only a learning experience for myself, but eventually it became a learning experience for others that are going through it. Now, you guys are still going to make mistakes. Don't get me wrong. That's part of the unconscious incompetence stage. You know, that's the stage where you're a little baby and you're going around just curious and touching things. You're like, ooh, that hurt hot. But at least, at least we can provide you some guidance on, hey, you may not want to touch that hot stove. You may not want to touch it. This is what could happen. And it helps out. As soon as I'm in, my RFE is there. My RFE? I'm guessing rules for engagement. Reason for entry. There you go. My reason for entry is there. My targets are there. And I dynamic target exactly knock it out. I don't write it on my chart. I go crazy. Why would this be considered a bullish trend continuation? Sure. We'll go back a couple steps. Let's go back to the 4-hour. And we're going to do some work on the basics of reading a price chart because I love it. I love talking about the basics because so many people don't understand the basics. We had a private Q&A yesterday and I told people that I was shocked and somewhat offended. I put up, how many of you guys saw my Forex market preview video this Sunday?